Well, there we are, confirmation of the first match there. Ladies doubles won by the Japanese pair in 75 minutes. Just waiting for the men's singles players to come onto court now. I have to say, I think this game will be quite entertaining. Although they'll know each other's games well, there's a nice contrast of style between the two of them. There's the routes through to the final for both players. Chou Tien Chen, fairly comfortable quarter and semi-final, but the result at the bottom, that second semi-final, is probably the shock of the week, really. Tzu Wei Wang beating Chen Long, world and Olympic champion, in what was a really entertaining three-set match. Fully deserves his place in the final after that. There they are. A little bit of national pride at stake here as well. Always adds a little bit to the mix. Here they come. Chou Tien Chen there. Austin, they actually played each other here last year, but it was a second round match last year, so progress there. What an amazing win that was last night, you have to say. Tzu Wei, good money for his win over the world and Olympic champion. But mentally it's a different game today, playing his countryman, who's ranked above him. Probably models himself a little bit on that player. That'll be the target to get up to his level. Chou Tien Chen, certainly the more experienced, top 10 player, well established in the world's top 10 now. Super Series victories behind him. There's the court officials for this one. Well, it's the end of the formalities, the toss of the coin. Let's see who wins and what they choose. Personally, I'd still be looking for ends in this hall. It's going to be Wang's choice. He's chosen serve. Defeats me again. Does surprise me. That really does surprise me, I have to say. Players, no advantage to serving these days with this system. So, Chou Tien Chen, 27 years of age, as I say. He's been as high as 5 in the world, only ranked 9 now, but this is a guy who loves playing in Germany. He's won the Bitburger Grand Prix 3 times, and he was in the final here last year, losing to none other than Lin Dan. So he knows his way, he knows how to play in Germany, that's for sure. Guy made his big breakthrough in 2014 in the French Super Series, which he won. It was his first Super Series victory. As I say, he's become a very, very solid top 10 player. His route through to the final had his difficulties. Third round there against the young Danish player, the up-and-coming Anders Antonsen. Was a match point down there, but eventually came through. Showed his experience, came through 22-20 in the third. But from then on, really, it's been plain sailing. Maybe that was the shock he needed to get himself going. Relatively straightforward quarter and semi-final. And here's his opponent, Tzu Wei. 5 years younger than his opponent. He's also had some success at this level. Got a world ranking of 25, so well established at Super Series level. He's had wins in Europe before. He's won the Dutch Open, so not adverse to playing here. He's also the World University champion at the moment. Won that title last year. Here's his path through. What a spectacular path it's been. So he seeded 14, but there's the standout result in the semi-final, that victory against Chen Long. 3 hard-fought sets. After that second game, when Chen Long really motored through very quickly that second game. It looked as though the writing was on the wall, but no, held himself together. There we see it. They've played each other twice before at international level, although I'm sure they've played a lot more matches than that domestically. Probably every week, in fact. But interesting, the last one was this time last year. And it was 3 sets, but it was the more experienced player who came through in that second round match here in the same hall last year. There's our umpire, Chesniak from Austria, and service judge Catherine Lesson from France. Well, Steen, how do you see this one panning out?
Yeah, I mean, the obvious choice is to say that Chou will eventually take it, but I think the dynamics when you play fellow countrymen are so unpredictable that I think anything could happen, because no doubt Chou is feeling the pressure to win this match.
It'd be fascinating to see how Wang reacts to that victory yesterday as well. Some people get inspired with it, and some people really struggle to get themselves up again the next day.
And we saw that with the Dane Emil Holst, who beat Lindan quite convincingly, playing the next day against Chou here in the picture. He just seems out of psychic energy.
Just never got going, did he? Little indication there that they do know each other's attacking shots quite well.
And that sometimes bodes for some odd matches. Later on, we're going to have an all-Danish men's doubles, and I've seen some quotes in the Danish newspapers saying that it could get really messy because they know each other so well. So they know what they have to emphasize on, and they have to go for it 100% in order to have the chances to beat their opponents. That's of course the same here for Chou and Wang.
Oh, it's gone out the back. Help ease Wang's nerves a little bit. First point on the board in the game. Feel a little bit better for that. Oh, that's good net, super net. Took it early, found the net cord. Probably knows he can't afford to lift off that net position with his opponent's attack. Yeah. He's got to look to try and get control of that area if he's got a chance here. There we see him looking for the net again. He doesn't want to be giving Tien Chen chances in the rear court like this. That's good.
That's well played.
And that's a really good rally. High quality stuff there. That was a super backhand down the line.
We didn't get to see a lot of the match he had against Chen Long yesterday, but you always know that when you beat Chen Long, you have to play long rallies and have to be able to change pace within the rallies as well. So. Definitely in good shape at the moment. Wang, silver medalist in the World Junior Championship in Thailand in 2013, where he lost to Kwang Hee Hyo in Korea in the final. Still a very, very good result for Chinese Taipei badminton.
that's good. He does like that centre attack, doesn't he? Likes to narrow the court down, try and make the court smaller for himself.
We saw it yesterday also, be very efficient against Takuma Ueda.
Yeah, that's good again. Bringing the attack into the centre.
And one of the unknowns here is how are they actually playing when practicing together. Is Chou winning all the matches, or is it more equal and so on? Right now he seems to be in the driver's seat.
Yeah, looks comfortable, doesn't he? Settled into this game. You have to say for Wang though, anyone that plays an hour plus match with Chen Long is gonna have difficulty getting going again the next day.
Yeah.
You know, if there's one guy you don't want to be on court that long with, it's Chen Long really.
And he's definitely a guy taking his chances. Wang Tzu Wei, we saw Chen Long win the second game yesterday, 21-8. So very high top level in his game, but also at times some errors and some gaps.
Another demonstration from the rear court of the power of Chou there. It's a real penetrating attack against anybody, isn't it? It's a good angle. Yeah, good follow-up as well. Nice. Took the pace off, went for angle rather than pace, and that gave himself time to get into the net to follow it up.
Like it. It was quick release, crisp smash there, steep smash from Wang Tzu Wei. Often tend to create more problems than the really, really powerful smashes where you also risk getting yourself a little bit out of balance.
Well, that's more his opponent's style in many ways.
Yeah.
He likes to throw himself at the shuttle and hit hard. Tien Chen. He's a bit of an entertainer on court. If there's a chance to attack, he'll have a go. Yeah. Well, reached the mid-game interval. It's a 6-point advantage. I have to say he's looked well in control so far. It's interesting with Wang though. Wang seems to be looking for more of an angled attack, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Looking for the steep attack and trying to follow it in and get control of the net. Whereas Chou is he's looking for more the power centre attack. Try and get through his opponent actually with the smash from the rear court.
No, that was not it.
No, just missed it, but he was looking for it. Yeah, it was too steep, but that's clearly what he's looking to do. He wants to get the shuttle in low and give himself time to get up the court and try and get control of the front court. Just looks a little bit lifeless in the legs so far though, taking his time to get going. As I say, no surprise after the length of his semi-final yesterday against Chen Long. So 6-point advantage.
And it seems very focused. Chou Tien Chen.
It's good net. Well, went for the line this time, just missed it. Pushed it out the side really. Didn't quite get into position. That's good.
Excellent follow-up.
Yeah,
I love that finishing shot there. Sliced, flat shot.
Yeah, it was nice. And it's nice he's not forcing from the rear court. It was the angle that set it up, the angle of the smash. Because he's not trying to hit it hard, he's in balance when he's landing, and that gives him the opportunity to follow up. Ooh, hesitation. Yeah, he'll pay for that. That's good. Yeah, nice control on the attack, isn't it? Using the full width, it was the clip cross-court drop to the left-hand side of the court, and finishing down the right-hand side of the court. Good use of the court there. Again, looking for the net. Oh, disappointed with that.
Yeah, but good choice by Chou to sort of play back at the net, because Wang has been really, really good so far playing the net and getting the opportunities. In the long run, you can't allow that. Well played.
Good net again. But again, it was set up by the angle attack, wasn't it? You just get the shuttle coming down very steeply, I have to say. Nice control, nice technique.
And look how quickly the shuttle sort of dives below the tape, crosses the net, and then dives immediately. And that's the really, really important thing. I mean, of course, it's nice if it spins, but it's actually more important that it dives quickly.
There's that favoured centre attack again. A little bit surprised Wang's being caught with that. He must know that's the favoured tactic. I think against Chou, you've got to be looking to defend the centre of the court. Tries it himself. Yeah, not as effective though.
No, and he opens up again for another body attack there.
Yep.
15-9.
That should go in the book with many of the other players when they're watching video of Wang Tzu Wei.
Didn't move his feet, did he? A little bit planted in the middle.
Yeah.
After it hit the first one, needed to be moving forward.
Because arm action wise, there he takes even a half step back.
Yep.
And when you push there, you must make sure that your opponent doesn't get a chance to play, to get out of the trap by playing short. If they can lift it above you, that's okay, but never allow them space at the net.
10-16.
No, it's good net. Very, very good net. Keeps it tight to the net, doesn't he? As you say, there's not a lot of spin on it, but it's almost the old-fashioned hairpin net shot, isn't it? Where it goes a little bit higher but stays very, very close to the net.
And it takes so much touch and control to do that.
Yeah.
I keep thinking back of one of the great Indonesian players, Haryanto Abi, who had an extremely powerful smash, and he could almost hit it from that position where Chou is returning the serve.
That's a different sort of net, isn't it, that
Yeah.
Chou plays? It's very much looking for the maximum spin, hitting across the shuttle. Nice contrast between the two players' net techniques. Again to the centre, narrowing down the angles. Oh, that's way out, surely. Yeah.
I have a feeling that Chou could get really, really tensed here.
Yep. That's something we see a lot from him, though, isn't it? Slowing the play down between the points. He likes to control the tempo of the match between the rallies, as well as during the rallies. And again, Wangu comes away with the advantage in the forecourt. Not a lot of straight attack, is there, from that corner? It's centre or cross, isn't it? Yeah. See some good strap in there on that left knee. Again, good touch at the net from Wang. Good net. Good net. Nice touch. Really has got a good touch there, hasn't he?
Yes. He's dominated the net.
And when you've got as steeper attack as he has, you're going to get opportunities at the net. He's just on the verge of being in this, isn't he? Just can't quite get level.
Yeah, I think he is.
He was 6 points down at one stage. He's brought it back down to 3. Just never quite able to get on terms. If he does, it'll be a very interesting game.
Fifteen, 17.
We're disappointed missing that net, but there's the difference again. He was trying to put a lot of spin on that, wasn't he?
Yeah, and he was taking it from a little bit of a distance, and that
Yeah.
makes it a little bit harder to control.
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent net game.
16, 17.
Wang.
Yeah, we're going to get a good angle. Look how close to the net that is. And net play again. Oh, centre attack.
Serve is over.
That's his get out of jail card, isn't it?
It is, and I mean,
18,
for Wang,
16.
it's pretty obvious what he needs to close down. He needs to defend his body. I mean,
Yep.
challenge Chou to kill it on either sides.
Yeah, that's good.
That was important.
Yeah, and Wang was always trying to look to block and come
19,
forward, and Chou
yeah.
not just pushing him
16.
back the whole time, not
Yeah.
letting him come forward. It's clever play.
Great player there. We also saw him yesterday a couple of times put pressure on the flat backhand of Ueda. Worked well this time as well.
It's a good angle again. Can't finish it this time though.
Hold.
Yeah, centre again. Well, no surprise that he knows the weakness of his opponent's defence, is it, I guess?
20,
They
game
will train
point,
together a lot.
16.
It's certainly been the key feature of this first game, that centre attack and the number of points he's won with it.
Game.
First blood to the senior
First
player.
game won by Chou Tien Chen, 21-16.
There's confirmation, 21-16, 16 minutes. Chou Tien Chen had his difficulties in that game.
Yeah.
Not able to get in and control the net, but found a way, found a lot of success with the centre attack.
He sort of managed to keep that 6-point advantage he got early in the game from 3-all to 9-3, and I thought that Wang had his chances at 16-17.
Yep.
So interesting to see how the outcome of this first game will affect the two players here. There's of course no coaching, as both are from Chinese Taipei, and we don't of course know who has the advantage in terms of that. There's always one who's a little bit better than the other of reading the game himself. We just don't know who it is.
Well, you'd imagine it's the more experienced player.
Exactly.
Logically, you'd expect it's to the advantage of the senior player here.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see if Wang tries to change anything up. He has got an advantage in the front court. Needs to try and work that as
20
much as he
seconds.
possibly can.
20
Needs to
seconds.
tighten up a little bit on the amount of time he's giving in the rear court to his opponent, because he's getting really hurt on that centre attack.
He's got to close that down. He's definitely got to cover his body, and then when he attacks, he's got to be really careful to stay in balance so he
Second
doesn't
game.
give counter-attacking opportunities in
Level.
terms that Chou Tien Chen is
Play.
retrieving his smashes and then gets a smash opportunity himself.
Here we go, immediately into that net exchange.
That's too steep.
1 love.
Hit
Yeah,
the
but
floor on his own side of the court.
Interesting, Tien Chen though stayed right up the court there. There was no
Yeah.
retreat there,
No.
which is what he was guilty of a little bit in the first game. That's good attack though.
Service
Good
over.
precision down the line. Took it early, drove it down the line.
1-all.
And does the first game win gives Chou some more confidence on the net.
Oh, it's a good pickup. There's the net cord.
2-1.
It was amazingly well to get it back, actually. That really died. Yeah, I'm sure Tien Chen is aware that he can't afford to give space in the front court. It will be interesting to see how he tries to deal with that area of the court. Yeah, playing the conditions there a little bit, wasn't he? He knows this end's a little bit more difficult to control, so he's brought his base forward, which narrows, gives less space in the front court, knowing that the clear is difficult to control. He's staying up the court again. And again.
It's gone long.
No, dropped in. Doesn't
Service
like it.
over.
No.
Giving the umpire a
3,
long, hard look.
2.
I have to say, I had the feeling it was going out. Let's see if we can see anything from this angle. Well, yeah, difficult to tell from this angle.
Yeah.
Difficult to tell. But certainly wasn't happy with the call.
Yeah, clever
Service
play.
over.
That second last shot, Chou Tien Chen
3-all.
played it a little bit into the court, making it much more difficult for Wang to judge the distance and the speed of his shot correctly.
It's just out.
Service over. 4-3.
And Tien Chen can't quite believe that call either, although he can't have seen that from where he was.
But he's, of course, thinking back on yesterday where he was playing up
Service
against the
over.
drift on the side he's on right now, and he can't figure out, hey,
4-all.
I was in on my own baseline and I put this one out. That's contradictory to how the drift was yesterday.
Oh, good defense off the body this
Yeah.
time. Was ready for it. Good defense again. That's really good.
Service over.
And took the pace out of it as well.
One of the better
control.
rallies.
Yeah, really good control from Wang in defense there.
5-4.
He's got a much better start to this second game. He's got himself in there, giving himself a chance. Yeah, that's out.
Yeah, he was
Hesitation.
hesitating.
Yeah.
6-4.
Yeah. That call on the back line's just upset him, and I've seen that before with him. He does let things stick in his mind, doesn't he? Does tend to get distracted.
Service over.
Well, if he's going to win this game, he's got to defend those sorts of shots, really.
5.
It was fairly straightforward. Also, his opponent was off balance trying to hit cross court.
Six all.
Good net. Good defense. Good rally, good quality from both players there. Lovely movement.
7-6.
Chou Tien Chen is a player who does tend to drift in and out of matches, doesn't he? He's not hasn't got the strongest level of concentration, let's say.
I think he's improved a lot over the last year or so, but we've still seen some results that have been sort of a little bit puzzling. I thought he was challenging to be among the 5 best at one point. I still think he is. It's just the consistency, and of course there can be all kinds of explanation, injuries, or practicing on something particular, one particular field that you need to improve, and so on. Sometimes I feel he's got so many opportunities. He's got so many choices with every shot because he's a great technical player, and he's got good strength, physical strong, and can move quickly and so on. So it's always a fine line to be efficient. Short.
Oh, good defense. Showing his opponent how to defend off the body there.
Yeah.
That was a demonstration for his younger compatriot, wasn't it, really? Kept it simple.
9-7.
Great racket work, good racket speed in defense there.
Yeah, that's an area where I think he's improved, Chou, because he's also able to defend the sides well from these really low positions, where he really benefits from his strength in his legs. Whereas when we see Wang defend, he's perhaps a little bit more upright and can defend either the sides or the body, but has difficulties defending both at the same time.
There's a demonstration of defending the sideline. That was an accurate smash.
And that cross smash, I like the cross smash, but it's a psychologically forced error.
Yeah, he thought he was getting through with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, and wanted to play it so close because he didn't want to
Forced
it come back.
Yeah, forced it. 10-7. There's the opportunity to get to the mid-game break with a healthy lead again.
Thank you.
It's interesting what you're saying there about his defensive position, though. It's something I like to talk about with young men's singles players, that it's not just the ability to get up high and attack, it's the ability to get down low and defend.
Yeah.
And that's what makes, for me, that's what makes badminton such a fascinating game, because 1 second you've got to be in the deepest lunge position possible, which needs leg strength, flexibility, etc. And the next minute you need to be jumping as high as you can to intercept the shuttle.
And one of the really important things is when you have to do these launches and so on, how quick do you recover?
Yep.
How quick do you recover? How quick are you able to move towards the next return?
Service over, 11-8.
Really good anticipation, good control. Again, it's the senior player of the two in Chinese Taipei terms that gets to the interval with a 3-point advantage. And he's good value for it. He's controlling the game tactically. He's anticipating his opponent's every move at the moment. He looks to be playing well within himself. You can see Wang a lot more off balance than his more experienced opponent.
Point of gravity, able to stay lower.
Yep.
Chou Tien Chen
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Younger opponent. But we can see that Wang Tzu Wei, we can see why he's here. We can see that he's got some really, really strong skills. I especially noticed, of course, his net game. That has been fantastic.
Thank you.
And today he's facing an attacker in Chou here who's a little bit more dangerous than Chen Long is, or was yesterday. Chen Long is very, very solid, but
service over.
Definitely say that Chou has the sharper attack of the two, and if you think that into the match and think that it's not as sharp from Chen Long as it has been from Chou today, you can see that Wang Tzu Wei, he can defend and then he can get through with his good net game and his steep smashes.
12-9.
Another example there of the centre attack. And again there, Chou just pushing the blocks deeper into the court, not letting Wang get in and get control of the net. We see he's having to take it off the net there.
And then the willingness to work really hard. That was two of the same shots from the backcourt, the straight smashes, and just work and wait for the correct opportunity. What a great shot.
Nice touch.
Reverse slice.
It's a shot that's gone out of the game a little bit, isn't it? The reverse slice. You don't see it so much now.
No, it tends to be a little bit too slow. I think the lift from Chou was a little bit short here, so he could play it with good speed.
Yep. Well, he's done well to cover the diagonal after that. That was a bit of a gamble, that cross smash. But that's the way he plays.
11-13.
Well, Wang's sticking with it. And that's exactly what he did yesterday with Chen Long, isn't it? As you say, he got well beaten in the second game, but got his head back up, fought for every point at the beginning of the third game and managed to get away.
Oh, that was called out.
12-13.
And he's staying in it. I mean, we're seeing a repeat of the first final here, where one side has pretty much the advantage until the interval in the second game, and then the other one come back.
Again, that's his net game coming into play.
So
forced that.
Over.
Yeah, and clever from his more experienced opponent, though, pushing the drop shot into court. And Wang still looking to play very tight to the net. And that's difficult to do when you're a metre and a half away. That's good. Really good. Following up, moving forward, not retreating in the court.
15-12.
Just managing to maintain this 3-point lead. Yeah, Wang just looking a little bit tired to me now.
Yeah, he's making some poor judgment on these shots that are around the white line there, who's gone a little bit more into the court, trying to play them too close. Long.
That's long, yeah. Yeah, I'm afraid this game's starting to drift away from him. He looks a weary player at the moment. Probably no surprise after the semi-final yesterday.
A little shake of the head there.
Yeah, body language has gone, hasn't it? But he'll certainly remember this tournament, his first win over Chen Long. That one's just gone out as well. It's drifting away from him quickly at the moment. Yeah, and again, I'm sure when he wakes up tomorrow, though, he'll be happy with the tournament. He's had a great week.
Yeah.
Strung together 4 matches with a win over, well, you'd have to say the best player in the world at the moment, Chen Long, world and Olympic champion. He's got to take a lot of heart from that. And it's a tricky final, playing someone you know so well. Whoa, exhibition. Exhibition shot, backhand smash straight down the line. Nice touch, crowd like that one. That's a great shot.
19.
Touch of the Tafik Hidayat there.
A great tournament also, of course, from Chou Tien Chen. And when you think that he was down by match point in the round of last 16 with Anthony, and then it just shows how competitive this men's singles are.
Yep. Well, match points have arrived. Can't take it at the first go. Still got 6 more to play with. Not that I think he'll need them.
20.
He's controlled this match really well. Obviously knows his opponent very well. Tactically, he's had all the answers. Super net skills from both players there. There it is. Well, the release of pressure. He's pleased with that one. It's been a great week, as you say, when you match point down in the last 16 and you come through to win the tournament. It probably makes it a little bit more special for him.
It's a good lesson for all players and coaches that he's winning the tournament after being down with the match point. When you're down with the match point, it's really a lot about luck as well. So had he lost that third round match to Anders Antonsen and gone home and said, hey, I lost in the third round to a young Dane, but I feel I had the game to win the tournament, a lot would have looked at him and said, hey, what are you thinking about?
Yeah.
That was a bad result. But he was right. He proved today he was right. He had the game to win the tournament.
Yep. Yep. It's
Ladies and gentlemen,
it's interesting though. I mean, you mentioned there the young Danish player Antonsen.
Congrats again. Please make some noise for Chou Tien Chen. So let's move to leadership 4. Let's stay here. Last year you lost the final against Lindan. Now you won the final here in Germany. What's so special about this moment now for you?
Yeah, I think Germany always special for me because every time most champion here is Germany. Yeah, so I love this. Yes.
Oh, you love Germany. Oh, maybe this is a great information for the audience here. Is it difficult or easy to play against the man of the own team?
Maybe he yesterday played Chen Long very tired, so today I speed more than him, so I can win. Yeah.
Yeah, you win, and it's a pleasure to have you here. Thanks a lot, Chou Tien Chen, winner of 2017 Yonex German Open. Thanks a lot.
Liebe Gäste und liebe Zuschauer, wir freuen uns jetzt auf die Award Ceremony und wir haben das bislang so großartig gemacht, gerade bei der Siegerehrung dann auch und bei der Ehrenrunde, wenn Sie dann wirklich mit Standing Ovations unsere Champions feiern. Das ist auch für die ein ganz besonderer Moment und wir haben es gerade gehört, auch für jemanden, der von weit herkommt. Er wird Germany und Mülheim eine gute Erinnerung behalten. 2-3 Sekunden noch, dann starten wir die Award Ceremony für das Herren-Einzel.
I need to do just something to get closer to your soul. You do know that I want you. Let's dance, let's jump, shake your body down to the ground. Let's dance, let's jump, shake your body down to the ground.
Musik ab. Wir freuen uns auf die Siegerehrung im Herren-Einzel.
Yonex German Open 2017. This is the prize ceremony for the men's single. Und die Siegerehrung wird vorgenommen. The prizes will be presented by Ben Yoneyama, Chairman Yonex International Corporation, and Thomas Born, President of the German Badminton Association.
Second place, men's single, Yonex German Open 2017. From Chinese Taipei, Tzu Wei Wang.
win yesterday in the semi-final against the world and Olympic champion.
And now, the champion of the Yonex German Open 2017 men's single from Chinese Taipei, Chou Tien Chen.
Well, proving once again how much he likes playing in Germany. He's won the Bitburger Grand Prix 3 times. As I say, he was in the final here last year, only losing to Lindan. No disgrace in that. And this year picks up the title. I can imagine he's already penciled in Germany for next year for his schedule, that's for sure. I believe he's also previously played Bundesliga over here as well, so he's probably got a few friends over here as well. That always helps, having a few friendly faces around when you arrive.
Men's single 2017 here in Germany, Yonex German Open.
Taipei Badminton will also have the #1 ranked women's singles player in Tzu Ying.
And a lot of other talent coming up behind as well.
A lot of talent.
Really, they've got some good young doubles pairs coming through. They've got another good young singles player, ladies singles player coming.
Very, very exciting players to watch, all women.
Technically very good. Interesting how you get styles of play, isn't it, from different countries. Certainly it's a country at the moment where we're seeing young players coming through with a lot of flair, a lot of variety in the game. Not always the most consistent results, you'd have to say, but when they're on, they're very good to watch.
Yeah, and again, I mean, it's always nice to have a high top level because then you can work on consistency.
Yeah. Short lap of honour here. Welcome back, and there's confirmation of what's been happening so far today. Just seen a all Chinese Taipei men's singles final, and now we're going to have an all Danish men's doubles final. But there's one thing for sure, this will be competitive. There's the route through for the two pairs. Astrup and Rasmussen having to work extremely hard in their quarter-final and the semi-final. Two good wins for them, really. Although they're the seeded pair, they were two very, very difficult pairs. New pairs that haven't yet probably got a realistic ranking, so 2 good victories to get themselves through to the final. In the other half, a little bit more straightforward for Conrad and Colding. But this is going to be very interesting, I have to say. Players now ready to come out onto court. Well, it's the younger pair first to make their entry. Kim Astrup and Anders Rasmussen. They'll be highly, highly motivated for this game, that's for sure. They'll appreciate the opportunity to get a shot at their more highly ranked compatriots.